Hello, good morning, fellow colleagues. So my name is Gerald Kitty, also Wakili Kitty, also Lewas Kitty, and today I want to show you how you can um, gain representation of matters that are ongoing. So in my first video, I demonstrated how to file a new case, and filing a new case means that the case is not in the system. And in fact, you are the one introducing it through the filing process. That is scenario one. There is also scenario two where the case is in the system and the case has been running under the manual realm, and now you want to introduce that case into the digital realm. So you first need to establish if the case has been mapped by the registry officials, and then depending on who the parties are and who you're representing, your request for representation of the parties that you want to represent, so that the case then can be actively listed under your firm. All right. So as I said, there are two scenarios. The first scenario is there's no case totally, and you're the one introducing it. And I shot this video in my first video. So if this be the case, you just proceed normally. You fill these details here, proceed, and then feed in the details because it's a new case, and then you'll be assigned for case number. But this particular scenario is a bit unique and a bit technical because it is a shift from the manual setup to the digital setup, and which I think is the most crucial element of what we as advocates need to know so that we can be more proficient in our filing. So I'll give you an example. So assuming I'll use one of my cases which is already ongoing to demonstrate this. So there is a case that is ongoing. I think I'll choose it from here. So this is my law firm in this legal practice management. And the case in question that we want to use today is Pauline Wairimu versus Fortune Credit Limited. Okay, so the case number is 6032 of 2019, Chief Magistrate Court, Milimani. It's a case that exists in the manual realm, and now we want to bring it to the digital realm through the e-filing portal. So I'll search for it. That was Milimani. So I can search here Milimani, Chief Magistrate Court. It was Magistrate Commercial. Now, this is where now you need to pay attention. I spoke to the judiciary officials and they told me that most of the cases in Nairobi have been mapped. They're already in the system. So don't be too quick to initiate your own case when you do not find the case here. And I'll demonstrate shortly. Most of the cases have already been mapped by the registry officials. So it's up to you to just take representation and not introduce a new case altogether. So now here there's a bit of confusion. There's magistrate court civil case, and there's magistrate court civil miscellaneous, and then there's magistrate commercial suits. All right. Of course, these are very straightforward. The divorce, the rent tribunal, those are straightforward. But the two confusing ones are the magistrate civil case and the magistrate commercial suit. As you had seen here, in my case, I had captured it as Chief Magistrate Court and Milimani Commercial Court. So I might be tempted to go the commercial route. Right? I'll go the commercial route. Then I choose commercial suits right there. And then I choose, that was 6037, was it? Just a minute. 6032. I choose 6032 of 2019, and then I hit go. You see, the case is not registered. You can initiate the registration and submit a request to be added. This will entail an elaborate process of verification and approvals. You are therefore required to submit accurate data, including phone number, ID, and parties of the email address, etc. etc. Now look, you can request registration and start this process. But what I was saying is most of the cases have already been mapped. So don't be too quick to proceed with this process before establishing beyond reasonable doubt that your case is not listed. So the mistake I had made was choosing commercial suits. And what I should have chosen was the magistrate court civil case. So I'll show you the difference. Now, when you choose the magistrate commercial civil case, it gets even more interesting because there are a number of there's a list of drop downs. So this case involves a breach of contract, but it also involves a liquidated amount. And I can see here they have a liquidated claim and they also have breach of contract. So I'll try pursuing it under breach of contract. I see if I'll find it. You see, I still did not find it. So that's why I'm saying you ought to exercise a lot of due diligence and try out different options in the drop down that are closely related to your matter, so that you don't assume that your matter is not listed and yet it's listed. So we tried breach of contract, it didn't work. Let's see if liquidated claim would work. You see, liquidated claims work, where liquidated claim works. So when searching for your matter after you hit such cases, and you've plotted out the court in question, you've plotted out, the type of the case, ensure that you try out, if you do not find your case outrightly, ensure that you try out the different options, especially the civil case route or the commercial route. And after that, in this drop down, ensure that you try out liquidated claim or breach of contract, because quite more often those type of suits are intertwined for commercial matters especially. So don't be too quick. Now, we've already found my case. Thanks be to God. I represent Pauline Wairimu, the plaintiff in this matter. I need to seek representation. So for this particular place, you need to put in their details. So let me search for their details. Allow me to pause right here, search for their details, and then we'll proceed with the video. Well, so let's proceed. I got the details. So the email address is as that, the phone number is as that. I do not have their ID number. And in all honesty, I do not think the judiciary should ask for these details. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's where I got my details from. So if you have your clients, and while you onboard your clients on Patafile, you'll be able to capture details. So their number and their email address I always capture, and you can always capture more details, their website, their physical location, their other numbers, their description. But anyway, story for another day. So now I do not have their ID. And then also, please take a screenshot of the files clearly indicating case number and all the case parties. This is to ensure that the application linkage process is accurate. So for this document, you upload the plaint or any document that can show you on record for this particular client that you want to represent. So for me, I will still go back there. Go back to that matter in question. I was Pauline Wairimu. I think I had scanned some copies. So there's this plaint and general pleadings, so I can download it right there. So I can download it. As you can see, that's what's there. I down into the entire plane. I've already downloaded it. It's under my downloads. Uh, and before I downloaded it, I could have confirmed. Um, I could have confirmed that it's the right document. So I just view it there. So this is the document that I want to upload in e-filing. So with this, with the realm of digital filing, it will always be important for you also to run a legal practice management software, to have a legal practice management software, so that all your documents are also online, and you can get a lot more. You can assign your tasks, you can capture your calendar dates, you can keep track of your matters and status reports and everything. All right, so now that I have already downloaded it, I'll come and browse. It will be under downloads. Under downloads. So I upload it right there. It's scanned plain. Open. So now I have all the details, so I can send my request. I'm suspecting they will not allow because of this ID here, but let's just give it a try. Yeah, told you. So they need this ID, so I have to now request my client for the ID. But in all honesty, I think that this shouldn't be a requirement. Yeah, so I got hold of the the ID. So we'll just proceed from here, right? All right. So my request has been sent, and after this, the registry approves it, and from there I'll be able to upload documents and serve the opposing counsel. So as you've seen, that's a very easy procedure. It calls for patience, and it just calls for a lot more patience. So that's it from me. The next video will be on the other issues: service, how to effect service, how to correspond with the registry, etc. etc. In case you're having any challenges, you can reach out to the judiciary. You can reach out to me directly. I'll be happy to help from the experience that I have. In case you also need our legal practice management software, Patafile, you can reach out to me directly, and we'll be happy to onboard you so that you can have smarter practice. Thank you, and God bless you.